Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Medical Classes by Dr. Srinidhi Kumar Acharya. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also please give the valuable comments. You can also visit the playlist. In the playlist, I have provided almost all the topics in a very systematic order, and this is quite convenient for the study. And my dear friends, as we know, we are all discussing about rickets. In the rickets, today we will go into understand some of the important facts regarding X-ray finding in rickets. Now, because X-ray is the first investigation that we will advise whenever we have got any suspicion about rickets, isn't it? So we should know some of the important X-ray findings of rickets, especially in children. So whenever a patient comes with the symptoms of the rickets or when you are suspecting the rickets, we have to perform the X-ray of the wrist joint, AP view, anterior posterior view, we have to perform. So this particular one, AP view of wrist X-ray will give maximum information. The reason why we select the wrist joint, I already told in the last class. In the infantile period, the maximum pressure will be given to the wrist joint because child is involved in creeping, crawling, crouching, then sitting without support, with support. All the time what actually happens is wrist joint come into play. Wrist joint will come into play. So usually the pressure will be then on the wrist joint more than the lower limbs. Okay. So therefore any changes which would have been happened because of the rickets will be first appreciated in the upper limb, especially in the wrist joint area, because including the playing time, the child involves the wrist joint maximally for all the activities like crawling, then crouching, then sitting with support, etc. So therefore we will always go for wrist joint X-ray. Now in active rickets, suppose if the ricket is active, the decreased calcification adjacent to the metaphysis will be there. Suppose if really the child is having some problem related to calcification and mineralization, then in the metaphysis, that's where the growth plate is present, so we will have some decreased calcification in the metaphyseal area, and this decreased calcification in the metaphyseal area will give the X-ray finding of widening and thickening of the growth plate, where actually the growth plate is present, so that area will be get widened. Okay, it is not compact, it is get widened and thin. So this is one of the X-ray finding. The X-ray finding we'll see later. Later in the second change, important second change is the margin of the metaphysis will lose its sharp border. Usually metaphysis has got a very sharp border. Now if the calcification is deficient, then the margin will going to lose the sharpness of the border, and this is called as fraying, F-R-A-Y-I-N-G, fraying. Okay, so fraying is nothing but the metaphyseal sharp border is there, so that sharpness will not be there, so it will become round or blunt like that. The reason is again decreased calcification. So this is the first and foremost X-ray change which occurs. The third stage third change which occurs in X-ray is edge of the metaphysis. The metaphysis is there, and edge of the metaphysis will change from convex to flat, convex or flat to more concave type. Okay, that also we'll see later. Now the metaphysis is usually having the convex shape, isn't it? Like this convex shape is there. And now when there is deficient mineralization or calcification, either that concave border become flat, or sometimes it becomes convex. That convex border become flat, or it become concave. Okay, so when it become more concave or concave looking, so then it is called as cupping. It gives a cupping appearance. It gives a cupping appearance. So when this is another important third change. One is fraying, another one is cupping. Now, when unossified osteoid in the weight-bearing age give rise to cupping, then because of the weight bearing in the uncalcified bone, there will be splaying. Okay, that means splaying means just like a protrusion. Okay, it is uncalcified area, it is a soft area. Okay, so when in the soft area there is weight bearing is there, you are involving in weight bearing in a soft bone area, more weight has been put on that area, so then it tends to get expand, or it tends to get prolapse, or it spread like this, spread sideways, it starts spreading sideways. Okay, so this particular change is called as splaying. splaying, splaying. So there will be splaying of the metaphysis occur. So now we have got three important changes. One is fraying, FRY, another one is cupping, and another one is cupping, and another one is there will be splaying. The other changes in the X-ray are coarse trabeculation on the diaphysis. Some other changes may be also seen, and that is like in the form of coarse trabeculation in the diaphysis. The generalized rarefaction. That another finding is generalized rarefaction with decreased bone density. Generalized rarefaction with the decreased bone density. That also we will see. So epiphysis seen far below due to the uncalcified osteoid between the metaphysis and the epiphysis. Now these are the changes. We have got fraying, cupping, and then splaying will be there, and then there will be generalized rarefaction will be there, trabeculations will be there, and there will be epiphysis seen far below the uncalcified osteoid between the metaphysis and the epiphysis. Let us see one by one. See, this is the first finding. The ricket is a disease of growing bone occur in the children only before the fusion of the epiphysis and is due to unmineralized matrix at the growth plate. See, you can see the ricketic finding here. Okay, you see that particular metaphyseal area which is totally, it should be sharp, but it is now totally blunt, and all the findings like spraying, fraying, splaying, etc., cupping, etc., everything will be there. And we can witness that. Now, if you want to see here, see the cupping. So this is how it become concave, cupping, and here in the sides you have fraying. Okay. So here it is very clear in the second picture. The fraying will be here. So you know what do you mean by fraying? Fraying means lose its sharp border. The sharp border it will going to lose. So that leads to spraying. Okay, and because of this, the cupping, like it becomes concave and it becomes cupping. Okay, so these are the two important findings. Now this is the line of X-ray changes again. Line of calcification appears at the point it should be normally occur at that age, and later the gap between the line and the flared metaphysis is mineralized. That is, bone grows towards the shaft. Bone grows towards the shaft. So now line of calcification at the point it should be normally at the particular age. Okay, and this is a healed rickets. If you see, a healed rickets looks like this. Now other changes which is seen in this X-ray, are coarse trabeculations as shown in the figure, coarse trabeculation of the diaphysis, diaphyseal area, then a generalized rarefaction leading to decreased bone density. If you see here, the bone density is less, and last this one. So this is epiphysis seen far below the uncalcified osteoid. See, epiphysis is here, and in between there is an uncalcified osteoid is there. The X-ray changes in the heel. This is again the X-ray changes in the heel rickets. The weight bearing and stress on the uncalcified bone give rise to splaying. So this is a splaying. That means in the sideways it is going on spreading. Okay. So this is called as splaying. So this is because of the more weight bearing on the soft area of the bone. Okay. So edge of the metaphysis changes from convex or flat to more concave surface like cupping. See, this is another example of cupping. How the edges of the metaphysis changes from convex or flat to more concave. It is not, see here as shown in the figure, it is not convex, and now it is concave. It is now concave. Now this is fraying. Okay, this is fraying where it loses its sharpness. Okay, now it is a totally irregular border. It is not a sharp uniform border. It is irregular border, up and down is there. So that is called as fraying. Now this is the decreased calcification adjacent to the metaphysis, and so these are some of the symptoms, signs and symptoms. Windswept deformity, vulgus in the this is already we have seen, and this is called as windswept. One side there is vulgus, another side there is a varum. In the chest, as we already know, this is rhecatic rosary. There is a Harrison groove is also seen, okay, because of the diaphragmatic full, and this is nothing but pigeon shaped chest. And this is the frontal bossing and hot cross bun appearance. So this is frontal bossing, again giving the head, and these are some of the other signs and symptoms as we have already discussed. Rhecatic rosary is again. In the next class we will going to discuss about the investigations. In the next class we will going to go discuss about the very important investigations related to rickets. Thank you very much. We will again meet in the next class.